Between the cities of Dallas and Fort Worth, it's Arlington, Texas, host to the grand mecca of football, AT&T Stadium, the home of the Cowboys. Coming up, two teams ready to square off. It's the New York Giants and the Dallas Cowboys. On the visitor's sideline, there is the Giants head coach. His guys falling in the season opener, getting a second straight road game to start the season. On the Cowboys side, it's head coach Brian Schottenheimer. His guys also fell in the opener a week ago, so we've got a couple of teams here desperately wanting to avoid an 0-2 start. Mike Tirico and Greg Olson with you. Jason Sanders has us ready for the start. And off we go from Arlington. He'll get across the 20, knock him down 23-yard line. The Cowboys come out, and they are led out by Dak Prescott, as they have been for a decade. Wow. It's his 10th season as a Cowboy, three-time Pro Bowler, who is now 32 years old.
The biggest takeaway coming off last week's loss is he just needs to make a bigger impact overall. Certainly wasn't bad. I mean, no interceptions, protected the ball. But he needs to do more. He needs to kind of let it loose and take some more shots downfield and maybe throw into some tighter windows. For his team to win, this offense needs to be better, and at the front of that is the play of the quarterback.
Now a second down throw for Prescott. Brian Burns. He gets in to drop him for his first sack of the young season.
Well, here early on, if this pass rush continues to get home at this rate, this is going to be a long day for this offense. They're going to have to put some extra guys in there, mix in some play action, keep this pass rush off balance.
On third down, here's Williams. Pretty good effort on that one. It will not be enough. It's going to bring up fourth down. On fourth down, the veteran Brian Anger on to punt for Dallas. Back deep to receive is Calvin Austin. This one fielded outfield. Now a hit, and he lost the football.
You know, it's so hard to say what goes wrong on these bad snaps, Mike. You know, sometimes it's mechanics, sometimes it's concentration, sometimes, frankly, it's just bad luck and things go sideways, but he puts a little bit too much juice on it, ends up out of the punter's reach, and now they're heading back to the sideline though, and they just put their defense in a really bad spot.
He'll be taken down after a gain of 2.
So these, Mike, are the body blow runs. They're not big gains, they're nothing fancy, but they really set that physical tone for the rest of the game, where now a good play caller can use some of these early runs.
The pressure, too much, and he goes down. Chauncey Golston getting in there to bring him down. His first sack of the season.
Yeah, here we go. Right.
Dak facing third and long.
He got a lot of what he needed, but
just not enough. The mark is a couple of yards shy of the first down. Here comes fourth down.
A 42-yard attempt.
And oh, how about this early on? They blocked the kick. But he's not going to be able to advance past the marker. He is stopped short, and the block kick leads to a turnover on downs.
In this situation, Mike, every coach on the sideline is yelling, watch the ball, watch the ball. So this is a gutsy move defensively to sell out and go for that block. Remember, if he times this jump wrong, that's a first down.
His first throw of the game is going to be intercepted. It's the safety, Julian Blackmon. On the ground, here's the fourth-round pick from the April draft. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down.
At the 16-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup.
Out of the gun, here comes Dart. Exiting the pocket right. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up third down.
They just have to be more creative with their route concepts, Mike. I mean, there's nobody open, nowhere to go with the ball, and quarterback's just forced to throw that one away.
Left side in the hands of Neighbors.
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the first down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is they've already decided they're going to go for it on fourth down.
They'll go, and here's Dart. Open man is Mooney. He's got it. And he will have the first down. So they roll the dice on fourth down in the red zone. And it pays off with first and goal. Rashawn Gary. He had a sack in the opener last week. He's got another one here.
A loss of 6 yards. It's second down and goal.
Dart going to throw here on second down. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a third down.
And goal.
He'll try to throw it, and here's Dart. That's complete. It's Malik Neighbors. They're going to stop him here, short of the goal line, but that flag is down, and it might set up a very interesting decision. The offense will stay out there, but they've got some yards to pick up. Fourth down and goal. And this is on. Wow, the decision to go pays off. Darnell Mooney. Touchdown, Giants. That his first touchdown of the new year. The point by Sanders is good. And the Giants will take a 7-0 lead. After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. He'll take it in at the goal line. And he will only be able to muster the 20-yard line on that return. Cowboys offense getting set to get back to work. Greg, it's one of those weird feelings you build all year for the opener, and you play a tight game and lose. It kind of changes the feeling coming into this week.
Yeah, it certainly does, and if you're not careful, what's that cardinal rule? You don't want one loss to turn into 2, one bad play to turn into 2. The best teams in this league, Mike, they have an uncanny ability that regardless, good or bad, blowout or close one from the previous week before, it doesn't lead into the next week's work and ultimately the next week's game. So we'll find out, were they able to learn from the good? And there certainly was a lot of it. But can they move forward today and not let the disappointment of last week trickle into today?
Yeah! Here we go!
On third down, Prescott. He'll let this go for Pickens. That is incomplete. Well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield. And that's going to bring up a fourth down.
The coverage defensively.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. Here's the Giants offense now. They get set to take over once more. Greg, they say flush a game after you lose, right? But when you built up all year for the opener and you get blown out, is it even harder to flush for players?
Well, certainly that's the question, Mike. And regardless of how much the coach stands up there and you try to say, hey, it's a new week, we've got to move forward. And certainly that's the case in the NFL. If you let bad losses linger, you're going to find yourself in a bigger hole. So the problem is when you spend all week and you spend all season saying, okay, this is week one, we're going to get off to a great start, and you lay an egg and you're non-competitive, the last thing you want from the NFL, Mike, is for drought to set in. So we're going to find out pretty quickly here in this one. Was last week just 1 out of 17 and they're going to move on, or is this going to be signs of things to come as the rest of this season unfolds?
First and 10.
Here's Dart on first and 10. Got his man at the 6. And he's in. Malik Neighbors. Touchdown, New York. It's his third touchdown catch this year. Sanders here for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Giants move out on top, 14-0.
Jason Sanders.
After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. The return starts at the 13. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So now here are the Cowboys. Their offense ready to make their way back onto the field. They're in an early hole, 14-0. Gotta start digging out soon. Begin this drive, first and 10. Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. Abdul Carter there to bring him down.
Brings up second and 9.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's second and 9. Operating from the gun. Here's Dak. And he'll get about 7. Still short of that first down. And they'll try to convert it on third down.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's fourth down.
Here we go.
They're indeed going for it. It's Prescott. He's got a receiver, and that's Lamb. And he is taken down. A big gain on that one. Great way for them to end this opening quarter. On to the second quarter. Cowboys possess the football as they've got it with first and 10. Shotgun snap for Prescott. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. The rookie out of Penn State, Abdul Carter, having success early in his career. His second sack in these first few weeks of the season. There's a short one that's caught by Ferguson. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
Third and 11.
From the shotgun, it's Dak. Oh, in trouble, and down he goes. Tremaine Edmonds. He's in to drop him for a sack, and that will bring up fourth down.
A 54-yard attempt.
And this one is not going to get there. Not even close. Look like complications with the snap. It's no good. And they do not cut into the deficit.
Just an ugly-looking kick right from the jump, Mike. I mean, it was the snap initially. That led to a bad hold. That led to a little bit of a mistiming of the kicker's steps. And you add all that up, and that's the kick you get.
Try again. It's 2nd and 10. On the draw, here's Scatterbury. That's a short pickup to about the 47. Julian Blackley comes up from the safety spot to bring him down. 3rd and 7. Out of shotgun. It's Dart. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down. Operating from the gun, it's Dart. Throw, right side, taken in by Neighbors. And they'll take this down inside the 35. 15
yards. That's another Giants first down. A gain of 15.
To throw, it's Dart on 1st and 10. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Throwing again, Dart. That's caught, and it's Cam Scatterbury. And he won't get away. Good overkill tackle there to get him down behind the line.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
This one just too far for the receiver out in front of him. That one falls incomplete. Darius Slayton was the intended receiver. And that'll set up 4th down. They'll indeed go for it, and it's Dart. That's going to be incomplete. They felt compelled to go for it on 4th and long. That was a big ask, and the defense turns them away.
You know, more often than not in the NFL, games are won based on who wins critical downs. Well, that 4th down attempt right there was exactly that, and this defense came up huge for a big time.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. What to do now as they come up on 2nd and long.
Yeah! Here we go!
Prescott. Over the middle to his tight end, Ferguson. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 10.
Yeah! Here we go!
Now Prescott. That's made by Pickens. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
For the Cowboys.
Forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Giants offense ready to get back to work. Hey, Greg, you think about the NFC East, I was always fond of saying you're not allowed to rebuild in the NFC East. Think about these fan bases, Philly, Washington, Dallas, the Giants. Their fans don't stand rebuilds very often. This feels a different pressure in this division to be one of the best teams in the league every year.
Yeah, and it's just such a fun division. And last year with Washington turning it around so quickly, Jaden Daniels and Dan Quinn, what a great story that was. And then, of course, with Philadelphia, the eventual Super Bowl champs. Clearly, towards the end of the season, it was pretty evident, at least to all of us, that they were the best team, and that's exactly how things played out. So if you're at the bottom looking up, unlike some of these other divisions where you say, okay, maybe I'm not as far behind as it feels, in the NFC East, Mike, there's just not a lot of easy wins in your division, especially if you're the Giants.
We talk about history, and sometimes people go back 5 or 10 years. I just think back to the generations of great matchups amongst these teams. Greg, when any one of these teams goes to visit the other one, it feels like a historic NFL game because of the legacy. That, to me, is why the NFC East is one of the sexiest divisions in all of sports, not just the NFL.
Oh, absolutely. And it has more of kind of like a college football vibe, right? There's rivalries. The fans kind of they hate each other. They're yelling at each other. They're throwing things at the field. It has a little bit more of a college arch enemy, arch arch rival type of vibe, and I think that's why it's so fun to football fans all across the league. Whether you're a fan of a team in the East or not, when those two teams are on and they're playing each other, you want to tune in.
And he will get into the end zone. Tyrone Tracy. Touchdown, New York. Big play out of the running game as the back accelerates all the way to the house for the rushing touchdown.
And Mike, when we talk about burst, that's what we're talking about. And they told us all week, be ready for this guy. He's got something special to him. And that long touchdown there is exactly what they're talking about.
Jason Sanders set to
After the
kick off.
touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. This is taken in at the goal line. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Cowboys offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. You know, Greg, as we get the season going, obviously the adjustment to last year's new kickoff rules in place. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. And the Giants here will use the first of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to this second down play.
Yeah! There we go!
Prescott now. That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
This offense just can't seem to get anything going in this opening half, Mike, and they're still looking for their first points of the game, and it's really these missed opportunities that are a big part of the reason they're really struggling here.
A gain of 15. Well done. Facing 3rd and 14, they pick it up.
Cowboys, first down.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right around midfield.
17 more yards.
Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Cowboys, first down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
They'll throw again. Dak. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. And now the Cowboys going to take a timeout. And they'll get together prior to the second down play. Throwing is Prescott. The second down throw is incomplete.
It's clear whatever they were trying to set up was not going to work. He went through his entire progression, had nobody to throw the ball to, and just kind of surrenders the play and throws it away.
Dak facing 3rd and long. That is caught. And he will go all the way. Touchdown, Dallas. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. This will be returned from the 6. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. Giants offense headed back to take over once more. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with 1st down. Out of a gun, here comes Dart. That one to the sideline is over everybody, but now a penalty flag will come in. They may get him for grounding. Dart going to throw it on second down. He'll look deep here for Neighbors. And that is incomplete. Malik Neighbors, the intended receiver. Third down coming up.
It's now third down and 1.
Dart. He's going to dial up another deep ball. And out of bounds he goes, just shy of midfield. And how about that? Third and a mile. And they convert and pick up a first down.
A 39-yard gain on the play.
Now Dart.
First down, Giants.
Looking for his tight end there, but led him too far. Incompletion. He was trying to get that one to Isaiah Likely. And it'll bring up second down. To the air again goes Dart. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up third down. Dart going to throw it again. And this ball incomplete on third down.
So the hope is your 1/3 down conversion from really jump-starting a possession that ultimately leads in points. But after that third down incompletion, kind of throws a wrench into those plans.
They'll go, and here's Dart. Open man, that's Slayton. And he's going to have the Giants first down. Gain of 13 as they convert by a good 3 yards on that 4th and long. To the air once more is Dart. Moving to his right. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete. We'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. It's Dart. That is brought in at 10. And he's going to be taken down. Now a timeout signal for him, and they'll get it with 10 seconds until the break.
Giants, first down. First and goal, New York.
Here's Dart. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half. Another shot at it from the nod. 2nd down and goal. To throw is Dart. It is brought in the end zone. Darius Slayton. Touchdown, Giants.
You know, we spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end the 4th quarter in 2-minute mode. Let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the first half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here, going into halftime, changes this entire game.
This taken in at the goal line. And he's going to be taken down. That is going to do it for us in this first half.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. We enjoyed it so much last week, the EA folks said, hey, come back, let's do it again. So here we are, week 2. Let's get after it. Our look around the NFL.
one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. From the 6, here comes a return. He's to midfield. Inside the 20. And he's going to take this all the way back. 92 yards. Touchdown, Giants.
The Giants
Throwing. Dart.
Two-point conversion.
And he will get in for the 2. They open up the bag of tricks on the goal line and add a pair of points.
Jason Sanders is set to kick
After the
off.
touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. From the end zone, here's Cavante Turpin. And he will get cut down short, shy of the 20-yard mark.
Cowboys take over.
The Cowboys offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. Well, Greg, it will be a very busy stretch for the Passports. A lot of international games to look forward to. 7 in all outside the U.S. Oh, Lamb all alone, wide open. And he's going to take this all the way to the house. 80 yards. Touchdown, Dallas. Aubrey, good with the extra point. Cowboys are able to cut into the deficit. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. This returnable from the 4. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Giants offense back onto the field for their next possession. Well, Greg, as the season starts, really the season never ends. Think back to the schedule release. The draft has become this multi-day huge event. Green Bay crushed it with all the folks around the stadium in Lambeau, and some big names will be tied to that draft forever. A couple of the rookies that you've watched that are just sticking out in your mind. Interested to see how they fit the league as the season gets going.
Obviously, so much attention around the quarterback position. Cam Ward goes number 1, and then obviously with Shore and all the conversations around that as the draft unfolded. But I think a guy that's going to be fun to watch when you talk about fit. When you look at Ashton Jeanty, he gets drafted by Vegas. He's now with the Raiders. Pete Carroll. It kind of has the feel of, is he his Marshawn Lynch? Is he the bell cow back under center, Geno Smith, play action, set up that run game, play good defense? This feels like the early path Pete Carroll took when he took over in Seattle and turned them into a Super Bowl champion. So I'm not saying Genty's Marshawn Lynch, but he certainly feels like that's the fit the Raiders were going for when they took him with their first-round pick.
Hey, let me ask you about Travis Hunter. Of course, a Heisman winner. Colorado, great play, both sides of the ball as a receiver and a corner. You know, Greg, it's hard to come in this league and play well on one side of the ball. Is it realistic to think you may see him on both offense and defense?
That's the million-dollar question, and I think to start, you have to say, okay, let's hang our hat on something. And I think when you look at the league, where is it harder to find impactful players? I believe it's harder to find impactful defensive backs. I think it's a harder position. I think the league favors the offense with the rules and the play style. So if I'm Jacksonville, I'm making Travis Hunter a defensive back on day 1, and then I'm going to package my offensive plays around his skill set to take advantage of him as a wide receiver. And then as time goes on, it will eventually unfold where he'll be able to have a role on both sides of the ball more consistently. But if I was in Jacksonville, that's what I would do. But I think it's going to be very interesting to see how fast and how big of a role on both sides they give Hunter early in his rookie year.
It's now 2nd and 6. At the Cowboys.
On second down, a run with Scatterboo. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, that's it. After that play, it stopped an injured Giant on the field. On third down, they'll run with Tracy. Good blocking, and he's in. Tyrone Tracy. Touchdown, New York. 2 touchdowns for him now in the afternoon.
The Giants will line up.
Throwing is Darby, and he will get in for the 2. They open up the bag of tricks on the goal line and add a pair of points. After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. From the end zone, here's Cavante Turpin. Good job in coverage. They're going to get him down short of the 20-yard line. There's CeeDee Lamb heading back out there with the rest of his Cowboys team. They're in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. On the play fake, Dak. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a 1st down.
And the Cowboys, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Operating from the gun, here's Dak. That is caught downfield by Pickens. And he will score. George Pickens. Touchdown, Cowboys. For Pickens, his 1st touchdown as a Dallas Cowboy.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. The Giants offense and their quarterback Jackson Dart heading back out to the field. And he's had it going in the 1st half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now they're trying to keep it going. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. On play action, it is Dart. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
How often do we see teams kind of nurse these big leads, Mike, especially as the game unfolds? They turn to the ground game. They try to slow everything down. Well, not this offense. They refuse to take their foot off the gas. They're still mining for explosive plays, and frankly, with the way today's gone, I don't blame them.
Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. On the give, it's Tracy. His defense falls over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
Well, on the back of the previous play, Mike, you saw him have some success through the air. They tried to change it up with a draw, but the defense wasn't having any of it. Didn't sell out for the pass. They're able to stop that one for a loss.
Up the middle with Scatterby. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. A tough spot. 3rd and long. Now they'll set up to throw. That's complete. It's Malik Neighbors. And he's into the end zone. What a response. Malik Neighbors. Touchdown, New York. That's his 2nd touchdown of the game. He's doubled his season output. He now has 4. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. And he will get in for the 2. They open up the bag of tricks on the goal line and add a pair of points. After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. Here comes the return from a yard or 2 deep. And he'll manage to get this back only to about the 20-yard line. The Cowboys offense and George Pickens out for their next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Prescott. He'll get back to Javonte. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. And the Giants come up with it.
So the biggest thing that stands out here, Mike, is the fact that the defense just continues to pursue to the ball. Every defense focuses on get as many hats to the ball carrier as possible, because if the guy in front of you, he misses the tackle or he falls down, you have to be there to make up for it. And the pursuit to the ball is not only how they're able to get him down, it's ultimately how they're able to take the ball away.
Trying to work quickly here and put the pressure on the defense.
1st down. 1st and goal.
Out of shotgun. It's Dart. touchdown of the afternoon. And he continues to remain on fire. That is a rare NFL day. 5 touchdown passes thrown.
And, Mike, at this point, the defense just looks completely lost out there. I mean, they have no answers whatsoever, giving up the 5th touchdown pass of this ballgame.
Now Sanders on for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Giants will add one more onto their big lead.
Jason Sanders is set to kick
After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. From the end zone, here's Kevontae Turpin. And he will get back to only about his 20-yard line. That's where the drive will start. The Cowboys offense and Javonte Williams getting set for this next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10.
Yeah, here we go. Like 20.
From the shotgun, it's Dak. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked up by Deontay Banks. And he is going to score. A pick 6 for the touchdown.
That's about as bad as it can possibly get, Mike. You're only one play into the drive. You're trying to establish a little early rhythm, get something going, and now you're jogging off the field watching your opponent celebrate in the end zone. So they're going to have to come back out here on offense pretty quickly, regroup, take a deep breath, and try to bounce back.
Jason Sanders set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. A couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
Let's take over 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
There we go.
Dak going to throw it here on 1st down. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter.
Gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 29-yard line.
So back and forth they go as we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. From the 29, here's 2nd and 8. Here's Prescott. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
Mike, this isn't real complicated. You're just not going to win a lot of NFL games when you continue to give up sacks at the rate that they are. I mean, this is just a complete disaster for this offensive line, and if they don't get it fixed, this game could be a runaway.
Looking middle of the field, it's complete. And it'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 21 yards.
They'll come up here,
That's
1st
good for
and 10.
Cowboys. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard
Play
line.
fake. Prescott. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
This pass rush, it just won't quit, Mike. I mean, they had success early in the game, and I don't blame them. The defensive coordinator saying, until you can prove you can block us, I'm just going to keep coming after your quarterback.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
A little surprising to see them keep the ball on the ground, especially given the situation, Mike. I mean, you're trailing. You haven't had a lot of success running the ball up until this point. They need chunk plays. They need to score, and they need to score fast.
That's down the field for Lamb. That is caught. And he will go all the way. C.D. Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. 2 touchdowns for him hard week's work, at least will pay off with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
Makes the score Giants 64, Cowboys 48.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. This will be returned from the 6. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. Malik Neighbors heading out with the Giants offense for their next possession. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early. Boy, did that pay great dividends to this point.
19, Tiger, 19.
Look at the ground, and here's Tracy on first down. This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 36-yard line.
On the play fake, here's Dart. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. His 11th grab of the game. And a first down.
First down.
Here we go, set.
24-yard gain on the play.
A play fake, now Dart. A ball deep for the end zone. And the ball out of the reach of the receiver. Ball's incomplete.
So, of course, you prefer to connect on that throw, but think about it like this, Mike. The more they continue to test this defense downfield, the more it's going to open up some of those shorter passes underneath.
2nd and 10. Quick throw there on the RPO is broken up. And no time to get the separation there. And the incompletion is going to bring up 3rd down. To the air again goes Dart. For the left side, he gets back to Mooney. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down.
And the Giants first down.
Dart gonna throw it again. He's got his man. It's Mooney. And he's close to another first down. He's brought down just shy of the marker. So, from the 22, here's 2nd and 2. To the air once more is Dart. Left side in the hands of Neighbors. He's going to have a first down. He's forced out. Nice pickup of 9.
Well, Mike, sometimes we try to make NFL football a lot harder than it is. When you have a reliable target like this, and he just continues to get open and you realize the defense simply can't cover him, there's no reason to look anywhere else. Not only has he put together a tremendous game statistically, but he's just been flat out dominant.
10 yards on the pickup.
Throwing again, Dart. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Darnell Mooney. Touchdown, New York. That's his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. The extra point by Sanders is good. The Giants add on to their already sizable lead. After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. Couldn't take the chance. They're going to return it from the goal line. And he will get cut down short, shy of the 20-yard line. So now here are the Cowboys. Their offense ready to make their way back onto the field. They'll do so with 1st and 10.
Yeah, here we go.
On play action, here's Dak. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the play. And it's 2nd down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because, think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
He'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line. So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10.
Cowboys, first down. 1st and 10 at the
They'll run it with Williams. Not much there, maybe a yard. Second down and 8. Prescott. Quick hitting slant there. And they will finally catch up to him and get him down. It's another big play in a game that's had its share. 32 yards.
And at this point in the game, trailing by this much, you're just trying to get something positive going. And even if it doesn't alter the outcome of this week's game, Mike, you're trying to build on some things that you can take into next week's practice, build off of and learn from, and hopefully carry it into next week's game to hopefully have a lot better performance, especially here offensively. Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
They run over center with Williams. Can he get away? No! He's going to be taken down behind the line.
Just feels like this has been the story of the day for this offense. Just unable to get anything going on the ground, and a big reason they find themselves trailing, and another loss of yards.
That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
Results, 4th down.
He'd missed twice already. This one goes through. And the Cowboys cut 3 off the lead, but they still face a sizable deficit.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
Malik Neighbors heading out with the Giants offense for their next possession. And a few kneel downs to do it here. Defensively, they do still have those 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. On first down, Dart. That's caught! And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. It's another big play in a game that's had its share. 38 yards.
First down, Giants.
Here's Dart on 1st and 10. He'll let this go deep for the end zone.
I can sit up here all day, Mike, and we can talk about the missed throw, but I think a lot of the credit has to go to the pass defense. Not only did they do a good job making it difficult for them to complete the pass, but I think they saved the touchdown along the way.
Callahan, good job coming back for the ball on the completion. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They got it inside the 15. Still get a first down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. Out of the gun, here comes Dart. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. And the Giants here will use the first of their timeouts. Stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Sanders here for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Giants stretch things out even further. So the team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. This will be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Cowboys offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run by Williams. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11.
At the 24-yard line.
Operating from the gun, here's Dak. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force 3rd down. To throw is Dak. That's down the field and intercepted. Picked off by their rookie corner.
They'll take over 1st and 10. And they're on the 7-yard line.
To throw, it's Dart on 1st and 10. Going up top. He's got it. And he has got this one all the way down to the 2-yard line. Now whistles and timeout. Go figure. Not sure the point of this, but they'll stop it. 4 seconds left in the game. Here we go. One final play. And the final throw of the game winds up incomplete. And that will do it. This one comes to an end. So a road win here for the Giants. They get the victory away from home in the division, which is so valuable. And they'll get another shot